What happened when you came out of the game with an injury-looking thing?
Oh, I just caught a mean cramp in my calf. It was weird after the layup. Just started cramping up.
Okay. So, but otherwise you felt fine? Your hamstring was fine? and
Yeah, everything was good. Just
Yeah.
calf cramp.
What changed for you from last week?
Nothing. I mean,
She didn't
I
get
just
2 fouls in the first minute. So
yeah.
the
Like I felt confident last week. You know, I felt really good going into that game, but kind of what Allie said, kind of threw my rhythm. Those 2 early fouls. I knew I was gonna have a better game tonight. I mean, we had a great crowd. It's always good to play at home. Teammates were fired up, so they kind of gave me that extra boost, and kind of just did what I know I can do.
Allie, I know we talked earlier right before the game, and we were talking about how your play against Seattle.
You late.
Coming early out the gate, 13 first quarter points. Were they looking to you early, or were you just getting in the groove, or what was going on there? What elicited kind of the first quarter outburst?
A little bit of both. I think a couple times they found me in transition and extra passes, and then once that started out, then we looked for me a little bit more. So I think that was it.
Wade, you said that you wanted them to play with like a sense of urgency. You wanted to have better ball control, better communication, all that jazz. Obviously, there was 19 turnovers today, but overall, are you happy with what you saw today?
I mean, I'm happy with the win. I think for the most part, I think we took care of the ball. It was 2 pockets during the game that turnovers compounded on top of turnovers, and that really hurt us. And instead of separating, they got back in the game. But I think we were +9, and they got back in the game with a few turnovers. It's those points we got to learn from and just keep our composure. And maybe we'll keep on trying to go at it in practice and work on those things. So.
Was Katie Lou healthy?
Yeah.
What was the decision not to play?
I mean, the thing is, it's hard for rookies to come in the league and play right away. It's just tough. We needed our experienced players to, step up, and that's what they did. And I think that she learned a lot just by watching what our players did tonight. It was nothing against her. We just went with the flow of the game. We went with the players that were, playing well. And when it came down to time and score situations, I tend to lean on experience, and so that's what I did tonight.
There was a marked difference on defense. Did you practice anything? Did you focus on anything this week in practice to make it happen like that?
I think tonight it was a big difference, but because last game we gave up 32 foul shots or something like that, 31 or 32. Tonight we only gave up 13. I think that was something that we focused on was defending without fouling. We also wanted to box out and get rebounds. So we were able to do those things. We end up out-rebounding the team that's normally recognized as a good rebounding team. And for us to do that, I think it says a lot for the work that we did this week.
A lot of people are saying that there's a different vibe with this team this year. Do you feel that's true, and is that translating on the court in any way?
Absolutely. I mean, it starts with him. He came in and he kind of knew what he was working with out the gate, and he knows what he wants from us. And it's good to have him and work with him each and every day because he puts those expectations on us, and he's unwavering with them. And so we have to meet those expectations. And so I definitely agree with that, with it being a different feel. And we're building something, so we're just going to keep buying into all of his methods and what he preaches, and it's working for us so far. So
Even though you had the turnovers, the offense was clicking in many ways. You guys shot the basketball really well. Do you like kind of the pace of this offense, the way this offense works?
well, anytime I get to go fast, I like it. That's my strength. You know what I mean? So I definitely think that not only is it my strength, but it caters to all of my teammates. And so it's a good chance for us to kind of showcase our athleticism and our speed, and we have depth along with that to complement our pace.
Wade, we talked a lot about how important it is for you guys to control the momentum of the game. Did you feel like you guys had control of the pace for the majority of it?
Yeah, I felt like we did. We had the lead for a big majority part of the game, even though they would come back into it. We never, wavered or went back on our heels too much, except when we got ourselves into trouble. But I think it was a game for us to win, and we took it. It's a good team. We played against a good team, so we expected runs, but none of the players that were on the floor ever succumbed to the pressure. They just kept a level head, and they got stops when it was time to get stops, and they scored when it was time to score. So all in all, it's something I think it's a game we can learn from.
Wait, on that 14-4 run midway through the fourth, when things kind of spiraling up, you kind of gave up a big lead there. When you guys went to the break, what kind of things did you try to reemphasize in the huddle to try to get your team kind of recompose, and which ultimately led to you guys playing much better down the stretch and securing the win?
I think the big thing was us getting stops, but getting rebounds out of those stops, and us valuing the basketball. I felt like for the most part, we were getting good shots when we were getting shots. It was just that we were giving away a little bit too many balls in certain parts of the game. So I felt like if we would get shots, we would be okay. And if we would get rebounds out of the stops or out of their misses, I thought we would be fine.
Wade, Courtney had her fingerprints all over this game. Just a few boards shy of a triple-double herself. What kind of value is it to have a player like her down the stretch who can not, even when she's not scoring, just facilitating and rebounding, especially in a close game like this? What kind of value does that bring?
I mean, she's our floor general, so she kind of puts us in the positions to be successful. And I think, our two players here beside me will tell you she makes their job easier, where, they can just get the ball in their spots. So when you have a player like that, a player that's thinking like you on the floor, that it says a lot. Everybody doesn't have that luxury, so, we appreciate what we have.
Also, Lori Lightfoot was in attendance tonight. You were able to break the streak against the Storm.
Yeah.
Any coincidence there or any extra energy from the team at all?
Maybe, we just make sure we bring her back, so play Seattle next week, so hopefully she'll come back and we can do it again.
What did you think of Diamond's performance overall tonight?
I was really proud of the way she came out. We knew and we recognized it was a tough game for her. But I talked to her before, and I was like, I felt like I said we were gonna go with you, and she assured me. She was like, no, it's gonna be a good day today. So I felt easy, going into this week. She said it, she was gonna be, and she responded. And so this is what you want out of a young player, especially one with her upside. So I'm good, but this is what I expect. This is what I expect all the time. So, but I'm pleased when it happens. But this is the standard that I want her to have for herself.
What did y'all make of the atmosphere in the home opener?
It was great. I thought it was rocking. I thought it was live. I thought a lot of people, people were really into the game. I think I felt it at some points, but some points I was so focused into what was going on the floor. But if you step out of it for a minute, you can feel the energy. So I thought it was great.
Allie, how big of a difference is it to have, there was more than 7,000 fans in attendance today, how big of a difference is it to have that kind of atmosphere?
It was huge. We were kind of hearing that all day long, it's going to be packed, and that's when you start, just really feeling that energy, and, we don't want to let them down, so we're trying to put on a good show for them, and they definitely helped us, especially down the stretch. You could hear them, really loud and behind us.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you, guys.